before I hit.
Alright, so welcome to the first episode of The Standard.
Yes, sir.
Milton Hopkins. I'm here with Devin Culp, Jalen, Polk, and Meesh Powell, man. Bro, first episode, bro. How we feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling excited. It's just a new adventure with my brodies. It's just a new group to just get closer, and build a bond with y'all boys. So that's what I'm the most excited about.
Definitely excited, man. New journey for us. It's gonna be a big light at the end of the tunnel. I know that for sure. I know there's big opportunities out there for us, and shoot, it's a blessing to be able to, make this happen with y'all boys. You feel me?
I just like chatting for real. So it's gonna be
because I had the idea with it was me and JP in the locker room actually, and we were just talking about like NIL stuff, and I was saying like how like guys were just waiting on like opportunities like come towards them. And I was saying like, why don't we just make it happen? I just started talking about like podcasts or like hot ones and stuff like that. So then he was like saying like, let's do it. So really that's how the whole thing came about, and I wanted to bring on Devin and like Meesh and stuff because I feel like their personalities would match up with us, as well as like they're very like their opinions on stuff like will help take this thing off, And shout out to Braylon because he made up the name as we were in the locker room. So but
hello.
Before before we dive on in and stuff, like you guys been keeping up with the NBA? There's a trade deadline today.
Yeah,
crazy
day.
It's crazy, and the first thing I was talking about today is like the fact that you can leave and go to a team mid-season and then just out of nowhere be like on a whole new team. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me, bro. Like the fact you're on a whole team for this long, and then the next day you gone.
I ain't gonna lie.
And you playing the game.
Brown finna get in that 8th seed, and then we gonna have to play whoever the 1 seed is. He gonna step. We got what we needed. We have shooters now. That's what we needed.
You said, bro.
Laker hopeful.
No, but because
sound like all the Laker fans right now.
Yeah, the craziest one was Josh Hart. He got traded to the Knicks, but he was literally warming up, and he didn't hear about him getting traded until like when the game was finna tip off.
There's been like worse ones than that.
Hey, that's crazy.
There's been people that got like traded like mid-game. Like they'll take advantage and they'll be like, oh yeah, like we just traded you, and they gotta walk up and then
walk up the tunnel with it.
Yeah, and they gone.
Like, imagine like the NFL did that. Like, how would you guys feel about that? Like,
I catch a pick after it. I'm chilling. I gotta end on a good note though.
Playing the game?
I don't know. I feel like
if I'm in the game, I catch a pick six and then I get traded.
Whether it's the NBA or the NFL, it's so cutthroat when you get to that level, man. Like, it's really a business. I mean, we've seen it firsthand. I mean, even at our level, at our school in particular, with everything, all the transitions that we've gone through. So it's like, those transitions. I feel like that's just a part of it, bro. I mean, definitely. I feel like we kind of getting built for it now with our position where we've been at. It's unique. Not a lot of players have to go through what we had to. So I feel like that has kind of built us up to kind of know what that's like. But it's just crazy to think, it's like me said, it's like, bro, you come off the court, you sit down on the bench like, oh yeah, you got to hit the tunnel, bro. Like, you going to the Timberwolves right now?
I'd hate to go to Minnesota.
Insane,
man.
Insane. The fact that Kyrie was like literally playing in the game though, and won, like it was nothing. It's just crazy to me, bro. Like,
so Kyrie's a bucket.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I'm happy for Kyrie though. I don't know. There's a part of me that felt like he was kind of miserable.
No, because he said like the owner was like doing like some shady stuff, and then he was like
he didn't like the organization.
He was saying like because when KD got traded and they interviewed him about it, they were saying like how like he was like thankful that like he got to go to a place where like you just gotta get out of Brooklyn. It was like how the owner was, because the owner literally made his own thing to where he didn't want to send Kyrie to where he actually wanted to go. So it's kind of like weird how much power the owners have over players like that.
I was watching a video earlier on Instagram, and it was a dude that was on the same team, like on Brooklyn. I can't remember his name, but they were like, he came on the interview. He was like, yeah, I just got a 40-piece, KD can't hold me. He's just talking down on him like, of course it's KD. You got to, no matter what or what position you in on the team, you got to respect, a dude that's at least in top 15, 20. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be able to like go on that interview and just talk down, on his teammate, talk trash about him. And then KD come backdoor on the interview and like, yeah, man, he got a little 40 piece. He getting tweets from his friends, family members. He kind of feeling some type of way. So I feel like the continuity over there is kind of like crazy right now. I don't know if it's like a lot of selfishness going on, because after that I watched Kyrie's first interview with the Dallas Mavericks, right? And he was like, yeah, I just went out there. I played selfless. We played real good basketball. And what stood out to me is he said he was selfless. So then I backdoor and I remembered that interview, and I'm like, okay, this guy was like, yeah, I scored a 40 piece, I'm talking this and that. So you can tell the type of players that they have over there on the team. It separates from like the ones who actually like it means something to them, and the teammates mean something to them. It's not just about them, you know. So
I ain't gonna lie, Brooklyn finna get off. They like third in the East right now. They got Ben Simmons. They got the youngin dropping 40-something a game,
bro.
Ben Simmons has been an elite defensive player for I don't know how long.
But like,
we'll
he just gotta get his other side of his game going.
I'm still saying that the
game.
East is going. You got to go through Giannis though first. That's for
Tatum
anybody.
handled that already.
Nah,
Giannis
didn't have Middleton though. Didn't have Middleton.
I'm sorry.
I guess that's just
You
the
got to
game,
go
bro.
through
Stuff
that, man.
happens.
Or, you definitely. You do have a point with the Brooklyn, because they did make it last year, but I don't know. Embiid's playing crazy this year too. I just think those bigs that over in the East, like that's what's gonna be the problem with if LeBron make it. It's gonna be,
Anthony Davis.
bro,
Who's stopping
bro.
him? Who's stopping
Bro,
Anthony
bro,
Davis
fam.
with
This dude,
the correct knees and
bro,
ankles?
no.
Exactly. Like, is he
No one's
gonna make it though?
You
KD
said no
right
one's
now,
stopping
he-
Anthony Davis.
Bro, no one can guard him.
Fam.
He's the best power forward.
He
in
got to
the
make
league.
sure he be able to make it to the game.
Him or Giannis. Or
Bro,
him or
something
Giannis.
wrong, bro, every week.
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
It'd be
It's-
a
it's
back. It'd be a calf. It'd
What?
be an ankle. It'd be a hip. It'd be like, man.
But I'm saying this.
I feel bad.
it happens, it
you know?
happens.
You don't
That is
never.
true.
You don't never want to see
Facts.
nobody get hurt. But
Facts.
it's like, man, like,
Facts.
what's going on with
KD
dude?
been down.
Like,
I feel like the
KD been down a
NBA
while.
is kind of soft now, It used to be, it should be a little tougher, Somebody might get just tapped or something, and then they fall. He might be hurt or something. Like, I feel like that's how the NBA is now.
Yeah, they more about like. I feel like they're kind of complacent with like their contract and stuff, which is no problem with that. But I'm saying like some people actually like hoop just to hoop, and then others like for the money. There's really I feel like there's no negative on which route you go, to be honest. Because at the same time, like there's some guys like in the NFL or in college locker room with us that's trying to just make it just to like support themselves, their families or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they don't actually like. They may not actually love the game, but like it's their only way, just like make it out, whatever. So, but enough NBA talk, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I introduced you guys as well, we're also football players,
Yes, sir.
But I feel like not many people know about us outside of the helmet. So like I want to like touch over like explain like your background story and like how you made it this far, Like anybody can go.
I guess I'll go first. Well, I started. I was living in Baytown, Texas. It's like 30 hours. I mean, not 30 hours. Like 30 minutes from downtown Houston. I actually went to a junior high school called Bonnet Junior High. So we lived in apartments in Baytown. We would have to drive 15 minutes to our school. Everybody get on the bus and we got to go over the bridge. That's when I used to play AAU ball real hard. I was a real life hooper,
Hoop
dreams,
buckets,
Sound good.
buckets. But before I started high school, me and my family ended up moving to Lufkin my freshman year. And when I first got there, one of my uncles took me to he actually played at Lufkin High School, and they used to have a lot of like summer workouts and stuff like that going on. So whenever I went that summer when we moved there, he introduced me to like the head coach and everything like that. So during that process, I'm kind of trying to adjust because this is like a football town, and I'm coming straight off from just like loving the game of basketball. So after that, I started taking football little bit more serious. That was my first time, you know, playing wide receiver, and from that, you know, offers kind of started jumping off, and I ended up going to Texas Tech after I left Lufkin. Things really weren't what, you know, I figured they would be. I feel like God had another plan for me. And, you know, I ended up I had a great, not a great, you know, a decent true freshman year. And after that, you know, I made the decision that I wanted to transfer. And my process throughout the transfer and thing was like stressful, you know, because I was in the middle of a semester. You know, I was still doing school. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep like going to school at that time, knowing that I was in the process of transferring. So I wasn't sure like, are these classes gonna get transferred over? You know, kind of throughout that process, I really didn't have the support from people to help me understand what it took throughout that process. So I was kind of like on my own in a way, like going through that. So it was real stressful. I ended up getting a call from like KB. Caleb Berry we went to the same high school, and he was already committed and everything. So KB ended up calling me. They was interested in me. We had a couple like receivers end up leaving from here, and you know I didn't even take a visit. You know, I just, you know, I said, you know, put my hands up, put it in God's hands, and you know I just said let's just go do it. I believe, you know, that there's something great. You know, I want to win. I want to be around brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't be expecting, you know, to be sitting here, you know, with my teammates, you know, doing this podcast and stuff like that. But you know, it's just great opportunities and things that's just been happening. And what I knew what it was whenever I came here, it's been exactly that. So, you know, I wouldn't change this for the world. I want to be able to come on here on this podcast for people to look up to, you know, give game to the ones that need it, the ones that's looking up to us, and shoot, just be great, man. Like,
yes, sir.
Here we go.
I feel like
Yes,
you wrote
sir.
that. That was good.
Yeah, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire.
Bro,
That was
wrote
fire.
that
But
one.
going through
okay.
all the
Yeah,
journey and
okay.
stuff like that.
I'm snapping one time. Come on.
Hey, but going through the journey of like from going from Lufkin, Texas Tech, and here, what was like the moment that like you felt like changed the course of your life? Like it felt like it could have been like a moment of adversity or like happiness or whatever.
It was definitely my first year whenever I got here, going into the season and getting hurt. You know, and not really too much expecting that, you know, coming in, not knowing who's going to be in front of you, you know, just taking a risk and just taking an opportunity. And then when I ended up getting hurt, you know, it was kind of like it was a downfall on me, you know, but throughout that process, I was able to like gain my faith and find out who I really was, and just find every opportunity to just not only build myself up, but build everybody else up around me. And I feel like that helped me spiritually and emotionally and mentally. So, you know, I think that process right there of just me going through that injury, I was able to learn so much and just grow as a person and just, you know, let everything sink in and just know that everything happens for a reason, you know. And I never want to question anything that happens, but you know, I just feel blessed always, every day.
Sure, man. Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Sir, PZ.
Yes, sir.
Meesh.
Man.
CD. Big CD.
I ain't
Yeah,
gotta
Central
Seattle's
District.
finest. 206 stand
Made.
up.
See, I ain't gotta say it, man. You know
206
where I'm
stand
from,
up.
man. All right, you know, I ain't gotta say it. Everybody know. It's like, nah. I'm from the Central District. Yeah. Honestly, bro. Yeah, I really should. I'm from the Central District, bro.
Come on,
It's,
man.
you know?
Straight out.
Everybody knows what's up. For your viewers, yeah, y'all know where that is. I don't need to even says the location. Y'all know where it's at. Nah, so yeah, I grew up in the Central District, bro. I went to Stevens Elementary as a kid, bro. My sister went there, so I was kind of like following kind of her footsteps, and then ended up everybody was going to this school called Washington Middle School. It was like in like the heart of the Central District. Everybody went there, but my parents was like, yeah, nah, you good off that. You're not gonna be able to focus in there. So I ended up going to this school called TOPS K-8, bro. It's crazy. It's like a choice school, so like you get chosen to be in there, but it's still like a public school. So you gotta like take a test to get in or whatever. Took the test, bro, passed it. I was in there, bro. That was a weird time, bro. That was a weird time, bro. That was a weird time. 6th through 8th grade was crazy, bro. But, I mean, I met a lot of people in there. It was cool, and then everyone started going to Garfield High School because, you know, that's another place in the heart of the Central District, and that was kind of the biggest school to go to at the time. But I wasn't really, I would say, not in the right mindset to be able to lock in and be able to go to Garfield. My parents knew that, so they sent me to private school, day high school. That's the best high school in the country. Don't care where y'all from. Really know what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went there, bruh. All boys school, so you gotta wear a shirt and tie every day. You gotta wear a certain type, not a certain type of shoes, but if the shoes too flashy, they saying something. Your hair can't be longer than 2 inches. No facial hair. You have a mustache, but if it's too long, they tell you to cut it. So I went there, bruh. Play football, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Best high school in America, huh?
Come on, man. I just said it. But yeah, I went there, and then I probably say that was probably my best, not my best 4 years, but high school was lit. Like, high school was a fun time, especially we was playing football and we was winning. So it was like we wasn't even like, I think my whole career I lost maybe 4 games. Football was like, I guess, the hottest thing at O'Day, because basketball was getting there, but then he got Apollo and all that. But before that, it was like all football and all that. So bro, I would say going there, and I started getting kind of like offers towards like my junior year, but they weren't really the ones I wanted to go to. They had me going across far East Coast to the Ivy Leagues, and that ain't my, they different down there. And I ended up, old coaches, Coach Harris, Coach Lake, Coach P, they ended up hitting me up and, having me walk on. And I was just like, I'm going to take the chance. Like, I seen the DBs that was there, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, they tough. And I was like, I need to be in that system. Worked my way, just kept working and grinding, had that mindset, like having goals and dreams, going to the NFL. And then, after my 3rd year, ended up earning my scholarship. And then we're here now. Now I'm just vibing for real.
Yes, sir.
And going through all that, you feel like walking on was like your like moment to shape you into who you are right now? Because I know, because I'm a walk on also. Yeah. So like I know how it is. Like you gotta walk on, earn your place, as well as like trying to earn like somebody to pay for your school. So it's like, was that like the moment that made you who you are?
Nah, I say the moment I am just when I was a kid. Honestly, I've been kind of the same, like just kind of goofy, confident kid. Like walking on wasn't really a big deal in my eyes. Like I didn't see it how other people seen it. People was like, "Oh, you're walking on, like all this and that." I was just like, "Bruh, like I can play." So I mean, if I get the right coaches put their hands on me, like I'm a step. So I would say it didn't really make me like that. I just was already like that.
It's not on you, it's in you. It's not on you, it's in you.
It's not on me, it's in me. That's about it.
So I got a question. For any young athletes that don't believe that they have the opportunity to do it as a walk-on and to be able to go through that journey, what can you say for those kids or those athletes right now that's going through that situation?
Man, I would just say, like, that's your biggest crutch if you feel like you can't do it. Like, it's like almost like if you doing it, like you got to be full in, committed. Just like how the kids are when they got offers. Like it's like you're doubting yourself. Like, bro, we all play with confidence, bro. Like you ain't gonna be on the field if you're not on confidence. You gotta have the confidence that you just the baddest out. Like, and no one can tell you different, honestly. And if you have that mindset, then you're gonna start to like act and kind of train and like walk a different way and carry yourself a different way, you know how they always say act like a pro, all this and that. Yeah. But like you gotta act like a dog, bruh, all day, bruh. And that's just how you are just throughout your mindset, whether that's in school, whether that's training, getting extra work on the practice field. Like you just always trying to win. Like you starving for real.
Work.
You just gotta work. So I gotta say, man, just have that starving mindset and you just work and don't worry about other people getting accolades or worry about other people like doing other stuff. Like, bro, just focus on you, bro, and it's gonna work out at the end of the day for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man.
Yeah, that was good, bro.
Yeah, that was fire.
We appreciate that, yo. We appreciate that.
That's fire. All right. Like Millie said at the beginning, my name's Devin Culp. A lot of people just call me Dev. My story starts in Spokane, Washington. I'm an East Coast kid, or East Side kid, whatever you want to say. My journey started at Whitman Elementary School. And then I left from there in the 5th grade. I moved to Spokane Valley, and that was like a very bad decision for my family. Like honestly, it was like one of the first times I experienced like real bad like racism and like discrimination and things like that. So, you know, there was an instance where like I got in this fight with a kid because he had called me the N-word, and I was the only one that got suspended for the issue, and it was just like the whole school district and everything kind of like swept it under the rug. So my mom wasn't playing that. She came in there, Mama Bear mode. You know how that goes. Mama Bear, you know what I'm saying? She came in there, let the people have it, and just snatched me out of school. We moved back to Spokane, and from there I just grew up on the west side of Spokane, kind of downtown like area, close to North Central High School for all my Spokane people. And then I went to Garfield Elementary and then Glover Middle School, and that was all public school. So I went to public school my whole life, and then my transition into high school was to a private school. I went to Gonzaga Prep, and that was a rough time for me, just trying to transition. Like, it's just so many unfamiliar faces, kind of like at first I'm just kind of passing judgment, just these like snooty, stuck up like white people. Like, they all been going to like parochial school their whole lives. They all, you know, their families, you know, been knowing each other their whole lives, all that whole nine. So it's just like kind of different. Like, people already got their cliques and stuff set up that they've been on these kids since they were little kids. So luckily kind of football like helped me out, like helped me make friends and stuff. That was like my first outlet in high school. So like that was fun. But I mean, I guess I should rewind. I played football and basketball growing up since 4th grade, though. So I was a dual sport athlete all the way till college. Yeah.
Hey, what was y'all's little league called?
We had YMCA Greek Kids. That was like the first league I played in, and I just played Pop Warner after that.
I know it's kind of weird, but like our little league football team used to call it was the Optimist League.
Optimist League.
Yeah. That's the name right there.
Nah, yeah, I started high school. I was varsity basketball my freshman year, so I thought I was, you know, that guy, 14 years old.
Hey, we might need to put some highlights on here
one day. We might have to one time. I'm on Alleywack. For y'all heads that know about that Alleywack production. Shout out my boy. But I was actually gonna quit playing football, bro. Going into my sophomore year of high school, like I just wanted to focus on basketball solely. Like, I was starting to get, you know, some attention from some, like, you know, little bigger schools showing interest. GU, obviously, like my hometown school, great program. Got, like, Oregon State, Wazoo, you know, Idaho, some, you know, smaller schools and stuff. So I'm telling my mom, like, you know, I'm about to just focus on hoop, like. And then she's like, nah. She begging me, like, I love watching you play football. Like, please keep playing. Like, I'll let you get tattoos. So I was like, all right, you gonna let me start getting tattoos? I'll play.
That would have got me.
And, you know what I'm saying? So it was just crazy blessing. We ended up going 14-0 that year. We won a state championship, and ever since then, like, boom, like the recruiting for football kind of like kicked off for me. So that summer there was a coach, shout out my dude, first coach to ever recruit me, David Yost, my guy. He was at Texas Tech. I don't know if he was there.
Coach Yost?
Yosty, yeah. He was at Tech.
Bro.
He was the QB coach in the
That's
coordinator,
crazy.
You know
That was my OC.
It's my dog. Shout out Coach Yost.
Yes.
So he used to be wide receiver, inside receivers coach at Wazoo. So he came up and visited me and was talking to me. He took me down there. I watched the practice. This was like, I was like still a sophomore, or, you know, going in my junior year or something. And then he ended up, went to Oregon. And then he brought me down to Oregon, and I met with, like, Coach, I know. Yeah, I don't know. He took me down to Oregon. I'm 16, so I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm 16. I come from not too much, so I'm seeing they had just built, like, this Marcus Mariota Center, and they got everything. I'm like, man, they got all the uniforms out for me.
Just imagine. That's
a
kid's dream.
I'm like, you know, I'm a kid's dream. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. I'm like, I seen these uniforms on NCAA Live, bro, like, type, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, so I'm tripping. They got me in there just one day. I'm in there one day, only seen it one time. I'm 16, going into my junior year of high school. Boom, commit. Psh. They ended up, man. It was funny though, because while I was getting recruited, the only game I ever went to as a commit was the 70-21 UW Oregon game. Oh. So I'm standing there in the sideline watching John Ross just one hand catch.
Dante Pettis going crazy.
I seen the point, and I'm watching JoJo. I'm watching JoJo McIntosh dump Marcus Freeman, the big old running back on his head, and I'm like, man, who are these dudes in the purple and gold, bro? Like, they're crazy.
Different.
Like, they play football like they play football. And I'm like, bro, it's a 70 piece. I'm like, all right,
That's a basketball game.
I mean, I'm a man of my word. My mom and my dad kind of like preset to me, so I held out on my commitment for a long time. But everybody in my class after that season had decommitted, and then Coach Taggart came along, and then I ended up decommitting because it was just a weird situation. A few months later, I'm playing against Hunter Bryant, Eastside Catholic, and Coach Pete was there and Coach Powell, and then they caught a glimpse of me, like what they saw, got to talking, recruited me. And then that Built for Life speech that Coach Pete used to give, man, that thing had my mom on the edge of her seat.
Oh, you going to this school?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you going here?
There's the education, the locations, everything, the resources. And you're not going to be too far from home. You're only going to be 4 hours. You're still going to be close to home. I'm like, there's nowhere else. She's like, I don't see anywhere else for you to go. Like, it's perfect. I'm like, all right. I mean, we're out here winning Pac-12 championships at the time. We got death row defense, this crazy, just amazing offense. I'm just like, bro, UW the place to be right now. Going college football playoff, all this. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to commit. Boom. So committed at the end of my season of my junior year. And then it was a dog through and through all the way. Got here. Rough road at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. Had my ups and downs, young 18, 19-year-old kid, first time away from home, some transitions, Everybody got to grow up. But, through all the trials and tribulations that I went through, I'm just grateful that I had all y'all by my side, all my brothers, all the coaches that have supported me throughout the years, my mom, of course, my backbone, my family, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a blessing. Now I'm here, 6-year senior. Yep. Last year at UW, and I'm ready to let it rip, boys. Let's go get this natty, man.
Come on, bro. Come on.
I wrote y'all, bro. Y'all didn't tell me y'all was writing it.
No, nobody wrote nothing, though. I
Straight off the dome.
All off the dome.
But who was like the most important person? Like, cause you went from basketball to football, but like, who was like the person like help you guide through all the whole journey?
Man. Honestly, really just my mom. My mom raised me, you know what I'm saying? It was just me and my sister and my mom growing up. So I always just trusted, her word, her advice, her guidance. And she never strayed me in the wrong place, Even when she told me that she wanted to go to prep, I was like fighting that. But then it turned out to be the best decision of my life because it got me here in these seats right here with y'all. So I would say she's definitely the number one most influential person that's help me, guide me on this path,
Shout out to mom.
Hey,
shout out to mom, man. Shout out Pia, I love you, mom.
Yeah. Hey, so take us through that state championship when you won, because I remember in high school, my we were in the fourth round of playoffs, and it's our rival. We playing Longview, and we don't get through that fourth round, and I just remember that feeling like, of just being in that moment, knowing that we have the opportunity to win and take that next step closer to a state championship. So explain how it is. I mean,
I've had that similar taste that similar taste in my mouth too, though, because my senior year, my very last game, I hate to admit it, but we lost to Richland, that was our in-state rival. We lost to Richland, the Bombers, man. Lost to them, and I broke my hand, all that. So, and that was to go to the semis and then the finals. So we lost to them in the quarterfinals. But that state championship was crazy. Like, especially, I mean, this is my first time ever being in like a big game, like a real, like this isn't Texas. Like the Washington boys can speak for it. Like,
Texas
our friends,
different. That's
all of our friends from school gonna be there. All of our families gonna be there,
sure.
And then a few people from around the city. But it's not like we're playing in front of 1,500 to 3,000 people on any given Friday night. Like, it's not really like that, bro. Maybe 1,000, maybe, like,
that's a crazy number.
If it's like a rivalry game or something. But like, I mean, I was out there, I'm warming up, I'm looking around, and it's like, that feeling when you before a game, and it's like, it's that transition from being Meesh to being like Meesh, like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you
like
go into that flow state.
It's a switch.
This was my first time experiencing going into flow state as an athlete. Like, getting so locked into that zone where it's like, bruh, like,
yeah,
I'm unmovable.
Yep.
Like, there ain't nothing finna move me right now.
It's that feeling when you see it, you know, all your family members up there watching,
gotta-
and there's no way
gotta
that
get
you can
busy
get
now.
in.
No, it's like-
bro.
it's like-
It's time to get busy.
It's mandatory.
It's that gladiator feeling like you really locked in that cage with that lion, and it's either you or that lion,
It's
bro.
time to
So
go.
I
Life
gotta
or
make it
death,
happen.
man.
But bro, it was crazy because we blew them dudes out. We were playing against the Skyline, and
Bro, who
I
are
s-
y'all playing?
I scored on. All right, this is how you know it's Washington football. bro.
Skyline? Bro,
I scored on. I had 2 carries, 2 touchdowns, and they were both on reverses. And I
You're
only
hard, though.
Why you
You
playing?
feel me? And
Who
I
trying
only,
to tackle you?
Hey,
bro?
no. Why
I'm
you
not trying to
playing?
hit you.
Dev has
Dev
those.
off the reverse, bro.
He has those.
I be
You gotta
trying.
think, bro. We practice tackling. High school ain't practice
Nah,
tackling.
yeah.
Ain't nobody
Nah,
trying to
it's
hit.
true.
Ain't nobody trying to hit,
Straight
bro.
cutting.
You probably
Nah, I
scoring
feel
every
you.
time you touch the ball. It's
And
no
we
way.
was a triple option offense. So we set the record. We had like 43 carries for 569 yards.
Ain't nobody know where the ball at.
We ran for almost 600 yards rushing. I had the only catch in the game. We threw it one time. I had one reception for 43 yards.
Oh my.
That was it.
Sound like Bellevue and O'Day.
Yeah, bro. We be.
Oh my.
Bruh.
O'Day was like that too.
Hey, that year we were watching. I think it was Eastside Catholic and Bellevue the night before we played. This was 2015.
I'll say,
Bro, that was the
what?
craziest. That might have been one of the craziest high school football games I ever sat down and watched.
They came
in my life.
back and beat them.
You know what game I'm talking about,
With
right?
Brandon Wellington.
Beat Swelly. Shout out. That's a real dog too. Shout out
He
my
was
boy.
nasty in
B.
high school. Oh my
B-Day
gosh.
twin.
He was the same size he was in college, bro. Taking kick returns to the
Kick
crib.
returns to the.
Bro, ain't nobody gonna want him.
He wasn't your average size like
Nah,
high
he
school
was
dude.
it
big,
was
bro. He
blowing
like
me
6'2",
away, dog.
215.
Oh,
He getting
250.
benched
Oh,
the whole
my.
way,
Blowing me
bro.
away. It was blowing me away. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Train coming through. You might want to get out the way.
They had a
Came
lot
back.
of dudes though.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was. I hate this Catholic, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So anybody who's on listening, bro.
Bro, if you went to O'Day, bro, you know it's smoke with Eastside, bro. That's
Bro,
just
we
how
went-
it is. It's like,
We went.
it's like, bro.
I will give it to y'all. 3A is more tough when it gets to playoffs in sports in Washington.
Cause you gotta, bro. You playing smoke every.
And because it's like
Yeah.
for football, it's like you got the East Sides and the O'Days, and then it's like in Bellevue's, and then it's like in basketball you got the Garfields, the Beaches, the.
That's the thing. Garfield and Beach, for some reason, when we played, bro, they were good. When
Are
I
they not
grew up,
good no more?
Garfield and Rainier Beach were not good at
Oh, when you were
football,
growing up.
respectfully. I ain't trying to diss nobody. I'm just being
Oh,
honest.
football.
Yeah, when we played, bro, they was cold. They had some dogs on the team. They just had no coaching. So we was
Are you
disciplined.
talking about with Nate and them and Jarrell
Bro,
and
Nate squad, like Nate, when
Stelly
we was
and
like, when
them
I was a
boys?
junior, we won state, I was a junior, but we had to play Garfield, bro, they had, man, I ain't even remember. I just remember one person, Trayshawn Harrison. They
Yeah.
had a bunch of
I
other
just
people,
seen him the
bro.
other weekend.
Bro, we
Shout out
lost to
Trey.
them. We beat them by 3, and we was like, yeah, bro, we ain't trying to play them again. We was like, hey, that we got away with that one. And then they ended up losing to Rainier Beach, and then we played Bellevue in the semis. Pro. Oh my gosh.
No, that game was crazy.
He was there. Hey,
I was a youngin.
That
I
was
was
a
on the freshman team watching that game.
if you want to bring your kid to a day, bro, you should have took him to that game. That kid, like, oh yeah, I'm going to a day for sure, because we was turned and we went to triple overtime,
yeah, that's
Oh
lit.
my.
and
That's
we
litty.
dubbed them, bro.
That's
Their
litty.
kicker missed the PAT, and we stormed the field.
Bro.
And I had a pick. I was getting,
And I had a
and I
pick.
had a pick, bro. We was lit. And then
And I had a pick.
but now we had to play Beach, and then we killed Beach and State. But nah, bro, ugh, I can't.
Uh,
High school's great.
bruh, hey, I do want to hold out another shout out, man. Jamin Patu,
Pro.
Misha's running back.
He
At
was-
O'Day, also former dog.
Hey, we
Bruh.
had dogs, bro. They just,
Bruh, his spin move, B button, it's undefeated.
bruh.
I don't know how you didn't have
Undefeated.
offers though.
Bro, 'cause I don't even know, bro. I think because his senior year was the first time. Or I mean, junior, he went crazy.
Nah, Patu is nice. Even when he was here as a walk on and we was
Damn,
tearing up
brother.
the damn scout team offense. We was on scout team offense together our freshman year, bruh. I'm talking about he busting BBK and all them like it's like he's
Nasty.
it's like you
Nah,
watch the
James
film and
was
it's like okay he's not like BBK wouldn't have made that tackle, but it is BBK, so he probably making that tackle.
Yeah.
So he's a freak.
So Millie, man, what?
Yeah, man.
What's
Yeah,
the story
now-
about
yeah,
Millie?
so now we back to the
Let us hear
host.
that,
Yeah.
bro.
No, Milton Hopkins Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The quiet one.
Millie,
Yeah,
That
but
is
you
black.
know,
That is
Hey,
Look out.
but my journey begins like born and raised Seattle. You know, I just played basketball growing up. Like me, my dad, mom. You know, we bounced around like moving like, cause I'm really from West Seattle, you know, and then but I was moving like Fed, like South Seattle, all that other stuff. But really, what happened was like around like I think I was 6. I was in Fed. I was staying in Fed, and I went to Mark Twain Elementary. And
That's crazy. I know that.
Exactly, Mark Twain. But like, you know, like you're 6, you don't know what you're doing. Like I've not been playing sports at this time, so like I come home one day, you know, and like there's an ambulance in front, you know. I go up, like I don't know what I'm doing, like I don't know what's going on. Like I see they're all in our apartment. Like my dad's crying, and like he said like, your mom's gone. Like I just lost. I guess I lost her to a stroke, you know. Like I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm chilling. Like we at the funeral. Like I didn't even cry because I thought she was asleep.
Yeah.
You know, feel me? So it was just really just me and my dad. And my dad and I, we didn't really have like a good relationship. Like, but that's still pop, you know. Like, well, cause that's how I feel like I get my personality from. Cause like sometimes I'd be quiet, but like when somebody like says something to me, I could get like easily agitated, just like how he was. But like, yeah, that's still dad. Like I was with him for like 5 years. Like we went back to West Seattle. I went to Denny middle school, and then I was there for like a cool like just a year and a half. But like really like about like middle like 7th grade. Actually, I'm going too fast. I used to be a hothead. Like it was bad. Like, I used to be talkative. I used to be a hothead. Like, I used to
explain
get in
himself
trouble
before he
in
starts
school.
saying the others.
No, I hear
next
you
up.
on that.
Yeah, so like this,
hear you
so
on that,
going from that, so this how it happened. So stuff from at home, it was my dad and I going back and forth. Like, I used to get in trouble with him all the time. I used to hate him so bad. Like it was like bloodshed with him. So then I had to like go to school, start getting in trouble, because I used to be getting bullied, bro. It was bad. It was before I even hit a growth spurt and all that stuff. And like I had a jacked up haircut. This like, bro,
That's crazy.
Your
you
pops
wouldn't
used to
even
cut your
believe
hair?
it. You wouldn't like my dad would never even take me to a barber. I never even like it should be straight buzz.
Yeah.
I used to do it myself. That's how bad
Yeah.
it was. And so then I've gone through like anger management and stuff like that. And like, then he was like, it was okay. Like I wasn't really like a popular dude. I wasn't even playing sports like that or whatever. But then like just one day, like middle of the 7th grade, like I come home. You know how like your dads and stuff like on the couch like sleep, like they do like their like old sleep, like they're like,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm coming home, I go to unlock the door and all that stuff. My dad's on the couch. I'm like he's asleep. So then he's been sick, but he was been sick prior to that. Like he's been throwing up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So then, you know, going to the bathroom, I see like a ton of like throw up mixed with like blood.
Yeah.
And like I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking like he's just sick, you know. So then I come home, like go to the living room. I'm like, yeah, dad, like talking to him and stuff like that. He ain't responding. So then like I go up close to him, see like his eyes like barely open, yellow, like his mouth kind of open. I'm like I'm shaking him, and like he ain't really like responding. So like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I started yelling. Like I started going to the apartment, because we were staying in townhomes. So I went to the landlord office. So I wanted to try and get some help, you know. And then they called the police and all that stuff. Fire department came. Like they were in the house. I'm outside. I'm crying. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I'm hoping like he's good. So then out of nowhere they say like he's gone. Like he had a like bleeding ulcer in his stomach. I guess he was like bleeding from the inside and like throwing up and stuff like that. So then at that point, like I don't really have nobody, like, cause I have a brother, and 2 sisters. I'm the youngest one, but I'm not close to my sisters. I'm kind of close to my brother. Like he's like, you know. But like other than that, I have nobody. Like I'm not really close with my mom's side of the family or my dad's side of the family. So really at that point, like I'm nearly an orphan, you know. So like first person I called my brother, you know, and I called him and like I'm saying like, you know, my dad gone, you know, I need somewhere to go. Pick me up like an hour later, you know. Till he took me to Beacon Hill where he was staying at. Then going through a couple of months, I was still trying to go to Denny, but I was taking like like 2 buses to get there, and like and stuff like that. I was like, really doing missions just to get there. It was getting bad, and then I got into a fight, and that's when it was like the last straw. Like I couldn't go there no more, like, cause like I'm gonna be missing school. Like I'm getting in trouble. Like I needed just a fresh start. So then he just assigned me like Mercer Middle School, and that's when I met like Daniel, and I played football with him back in like summer of 5th grade going to 6th grade. Played with Swag. You know, that was my first year playing.
Swag.
Yeah, that's my first year playing football.
They were good.
But mostly prior to that, I was just mostly playing basketball and stuff. But yeah, that's when like I started being close with him, because I wasn't really close with him because I met him through like somebody else. But then like after that, like that started being like my brother basically. And then fast forward to 8th grade, like we were playing AAU together. Like I'm not even playing football right now. And then we started going to high school. Like he's getting like looked at and like figured out he's gonna go to O'Day. And, like, I didn't really have no plan, so I just opted to go to Franklin, you know. It was, like, next closest school. And then out of nowhere, I just got bigger. I got taller and stuff like that. And, like, I started, like, playing QB. Like, it was random. Like, I just, because I wanted to be like Cam Newton, you know.
Yeah.
Who didn't want to be like Cam
What?
Newton, bro?
Bro, he was hard, though.
Bro, came
Bro,
out with them cleats,
listen.
bro. Oh, my
Come on,
gosh. The
bro.
Cam Newton's cleats.
Cam
highlight
Newton with
reel,
the
bro.
Cam Newton with the high top.
Every position wanted them.
And he was hitting the Superman.
Every position wanted them Cam Newtons, bro.
Bro, I used to be
Superman.
on a computer, bro, looking up Cam Newton's gear. Like I wanted like the back plate with the rib cage and the little back plate, bro, with the high top Under Armour cleats. Like
Trendsetter, bro. He a trendsetter.
bro,
No, he did have drip though for sure.
Yeah, drip
With the
on
Superman
field.
socks.
Especially as a
Most
quarterback, too. That was some drip.
With the flag on the back of the cleats.
Yeah, he
the
hard,
Superman
bro.
cleats too.
No, he hard, bro, for sure.
Saying, yeah. So then I was at Franklin, bro. Franklin was literally like poverty, bro. Like. No, and I mean this respectfully though, because like we
Shout out
didn't
to Twins.
like literally we go out there, we don't have numbers. Like we got guys like coming from like alternative schools signing up. Like they don't even go to the school, bro. Like we'll have like not even 30 people on the team. Like it was bad. So then like we just had guys in the school.
Bro,
Like we had
school,
like
bro.
Hey, it's just the guys. They have
We
the
had, like,
athletes. They just had the guys.
like we had like 3 or 4 seniors that played like multiple years there, and then like it was just me and like it was just a ton of like underclassmen, bro. And like literally like going through the whole year, bro, it was like we didn't win a game. Bro, listen.
We used to watch them, bro. They had practice jerseys for the game.
Bro, Pete, bro, first game, we played beach, right? So imagine me, bro, fresh out of middle school, bro. I'm starting QB, bro.
I ain't trying to grill, but
I'm-
damn. Jerseys.
Bro, listen,
They
I'm starting
smacking
QB out of middle school, bro. First team we played is beach. Like they had all them guys.
Freddie and
Yes, they had
Stelly and
all
all
of them. Yes.
Oh, and Darian and
Yes, bro.
Y'all boys
I
fried.
know y'all got
And you're-
spanked.
47-0,
Oh
bro.
my goodness.
Hey, bro, it was bad. Like I was running for my life. So then going through that year, like, we went like 0-7. Like it was bad. Like I was just literally like just throwing nines, bro. Just
we went like 0-7.
That's it. Just on
bro.
set.
So then like at that point, bro, I was like I don't want to play football no more. Like I want to play basketball.
Man, I feel you though.
So then I tried out for Franklin basketball. They were cool. Like they had like the coach and everything. They had athletes there.
They play a I don't know how to say this without they play a very particular brand of basketball.
Yeah,
Let's just say they like to run and gun.
they do. They like to get out.
It's
like,
one-on-one
It's
basketball.
fast
the whole
break ISO.
game. And people are trying to get the
I'm
ball.
finna cook you like I'm hot sauce in one.
Straight
Franklin
up,
used to be good
bro.
though. They used to be cold
Mhm.
when Coach Kerr.
Coach Kerr,
When Coach Kerr was
I don't
there,
know
they
who I
had
used to
Jason
watch from
Terry.
Franklin. Who was the kid with the dreads though?
Mo, I think is his name. Like,
Number 21, I think. He was number 21 with dreads. He
I
might
think,
have
Jason
been
Terry
around
I
go to
think it was
Franklin?
Mo.
Wait, did Jason Terry
He
go
was
to Franklin?
good.
Jason Terry, did
He
go
was
to
for
Franklin?
sure
Yeah,
good.
Jason
Peyton
Terry
Siva.
Peyton Siva.
They had-
Seattle legend.
Bro, hey, Mario Bailey went to Franklin. You know, hey, you
There's
know
a lot
what's
of Seattle
crazy though?
legends in the hoop,
Guess who
though.
was my coach?
Your coach for I know
Franklin.
him.
Franklin, bro.
I know him.
We all know him.
We all know him.
Yeah, see, like he's a legend, like Husky legend.
Oh, Brandon Roy.
No,
What?
Mario Bailey.
Oh,
You know what's so crazy? I was like,
that's crazy.
well, he already said Mario
man.
Bailey, so he not
Yeah.
finna have us guess because he already said it. So Mario Bailey's out of my mind.
Oh,
I
I'm
would've
tripping
said
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario
would've
Bailey
said
was
I
the
know you went to
coach,
Garfield, bro. I
Like,
didn't
it
mean to do you like that.
That's what
Shout out
crazy.
Mario
That's
Bailey.
what was crazy about it.
Shout out Mario Bailey, UW legend.
So then, like, so I'm hooping, bro. I'm on JV, summer league, all that stuff, JV, whatnot. But then, like, that's when I started slipping in school. Like, it was bad, bro. Like, I started like not caring about school and stuff like that. Like, my GPA was. So then I'm talking to Daniel. I'm talking about like, bro, I'm trying to transfer, and he was like saying, "Come no day." He was like saying like, "Come like take a visit, or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I get a visit.
That visit was crazy, brother.
Bro, they had a potluck during school, bro.
Bruh, we be just kicking it in there. We be learning. Hold on. We be learning. We got hard classes. I ain't trying to
Shoot.
But I'm telling you, bruh.
It
We
ain't-
just have
it ain't
random
harder
days,
than
bruh. All right, bruh, we having lunch outside. Okay.
I
Potluck.
didn't even know
random.
a thing about O'Day. Like, I didn't know it was a private school. I didn't know it was all boys
Yeah.
or nothing. So I came in there, bro. Like, yeah, okay, you're gonna see all boys, but like, I wasn't like really tripping on that because I'm like, I just came here, I didn't want to go back. You know, I was figuring out a way to like get in here. And so like, I submitted an application on my own and stuff. And like, I'm doing this while my brother really knowing for like, cause like my brother's been there, but like,
grown for real.
yeah, I had to, yeah, cause growing up,
for it.
I had to really mature quick. Like I had to raise myself.
Couldn't
I
imagine, bro.
can
Couldn't imagine.
definitely agree on that for myself too, man. Like
What?
having to grow up early, like fast at a young age.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I was. I mean, shit. I was gonna ask you about that, bro. Like, how, like, I don't know. And, like, my real honest question is like, bro, like, how did you not just
You a soldier, bruh.
Yeah,
like,
like definitely,
deplete,
bro.
bro, from
You know,
like,
any-
disappear?
Facts,
on
bro.
Like,
'cause
I don't know what
anybody-
I would do in
yeah.
that
Well, my
scenario,
parents,
bro.
bro,
Like,
I
I've
wouldn't.
lost a lot of people in my life. Like, you know, like like RP my Uncle Rodney. I lost him when I was real young, like going into my freshman year of high school. But it's like, and that was like my best friend's dad. But it's like, bro, to like for it to be
That's immediate family.
Man.
immediate family, it's like you're right there, bro. Like,
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I'm
bro.
like, man.
Just mentally.
That was my
like,
first time hearing that, so that kind of like, kind
Yeah,
of
I
shook
ain't
me.
gonna
I ain't gonna
lie,
lie,
bro.
shook
Oh,
me.
yeah,
a
heard
lot.
that.
like
That shook me
definitely.
to my core, bro. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
with
Now,
me.
me.
yeah, not a lot
That
of
was
people.
amazing.
I'm
I remember
comfortable with
hearing.
y'all.
I remember hearing that story though. Like, and that's why I love hearing it though, just to see like, just to be able to like come in the locker room, bro, and just to be able to like connect, bro, and
Yeah,
then for us to
that's
just
special.
want to do this, and just to see, bro, like you still strive, bro, and come in every day to be able to do what you do, knowing like the things that you've like been through, bro. Like a lot of people would have been broke, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like and on
Yeah.
top of us having to do the things that we do every day in the sport that we
Facts,
play, you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
I mean, they trying to break us in there every day, anyways. They trying to get us to do hard stuff to
Every
make us
day,
quit. So,
you know what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
mentally, bro, like how were you able like to get through that? You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, I had people around me. Like I had Daniel, I had my brother. I met other people along the way through basketball and stuff like that. And like I just kept going. Like having my brother, he guided me for sure. Like he made me make sure I was staying on the right path. Like I wanted to like make him proud, you know, because like basically I'm like his first one he raised. Like he has a daughter now, but like he really raised me. Like my mom and dad made me, but he raised me, like, you know. So like that's really my hero.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to like make him proud. I didn't want to end up like going left, you know. So like I just kept going and like being like I feel like nothing really could affect me, honestly, because like I went through the worst you could possibly go through. So like I'm saying, like if I go through like a hard workout or like a coach is like grilling me, I'm like, this is nothing, bro. Like you know, like I'm gonna get mad and stuff like that, but like, bro, like I've been through worse. I've seen worse. Like you
It's
know?
like you got that perspective where it's like, bro, you can step away and realize that it's so much bigger picture because you know how much, like, how important life is, how fragile life is, and that it's like it's really never that deep, especially with, you know, what we do. I mean, we take it serious, we compete every day, but it's like, bro, like you said, it's like when you go through something like that, that seems so minuscule to that's an ant, bro. That's just like a little ant,
bro.
That's ant.
Hey, that's
Outside.
perfect the way you said that.
That's like a little ant-sized problem to you.
What?
Yeah, like,
But like I feel like the toughest thing is like really just like whenever I go through like an issue and stuff, like I didn't really have a person like help me go through like or like how to like cope with stuff like that. It's really just me. Like that's why like sometimes like I get through like an issue or something, like I just be quiet. I be in my head like thinking, I be overthinking a lot. Like I just like stay quiet. I be like thinking like, what could I do? Like what did I do wrong and stuff like that. I just be like dealing with it on my own. Like I don't talk to nobody else. Like I'm not really talkative. Like coming in UW, I was quiet. Like a lot of people like didn't really know who I was.
I'm telling you,
Like
bro,
they thought I was mute.
He the same because I knew him in high school, but he definitely branched out for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean bruh, yeah. I've seen the first hand. Just seen you since you came in as a freshman, bro, to where you are now. It's like, bro, we on a podcast. We on your.
I ain't even know Millie.
Ours, but it's like, bro, we on Millie's podcast.
I didn't even know Millie was funny, bro. I just found out Millie was like, like
bro,
you meet people who are funny, but you people who are like, okay, you funny, like you just just a naturally funny person. Millie, he one of them, bro. He's one of them. He's hilarious, bro. I can't.
So going through that, I had bad grades. So then I was going through the paperwork and stuff like that for a day, and like I was a late admission. So like Daniel, this is where Daniel like he went in the office and told him like, hey, look at my bro's paper and like thinking like you could accept it or not. So then like he did that. I got a call. And then I had like an interview with them and stuff like that. And then they said I was good, but with them credits is different, and like my grades was like bad. So then it forced me like I had to reclass. But the thing is like for me to like be acceptive of that was my age. Like I was like the second youngest freshman, bro. So like I was really like, okay, I think I could do this, bro. Like I'm fine with it. So then like seeing like Daniel and all them other guys like graduate, but I'm still in high school, like it kind of like I kind of felt some type of way, but I'm like, okay, I'm cool, but like
how could you not? Yeah.
So I came the whole day, it was just straight like I'm playing basketball, bro. Like I'm not playing football. But then like sophomore year, like everybody was talking about. I actually not even sophomore year. You know what's crazy was when I was getting accepted, I was saying I'm just playing basketball. Coach Kohler was in the office.
Money.
And basically like saying like he gave me one of them like smirks like saying like, all right, like you're gonna play basketball, but it's like you better go out there and play football. I'm like, I look at him like, okay. I went out for freshman. I played QB and started. Like we went like 7-1, and then I got moved up to varsity for practices. It was like with Imonte. Paulo was playing QB at the time. I was there and like just chilling, bro. That's when I watched the Bellevue game. Then like fast forward sophomore year, I didn't really want to play football again, so I just wanted to play basketball. But everybody else was like persuading me, and this is where like gets tricky because the person who actually made me want to play football again was Paulo. Like he told me like, bro, like you got potential. Like you could actually be something serious. So then I'm saying like, okay, so I go out, and this is mid-year, so I go in and like play 3 games. Then I play a JV game, and we playing beach. Like I'm just talking.
Something about that beach team.
And I get I get 2 flags, unsportsmanlike conduct. So then that means I get ejected. So then I got suspended. And so I ended up not finishing that year at all. Then after that, junior year, that's when everything took off. We went like 12-1. We beat Eastside when they were ranked, but then we ended up losing to Eastside in the championship by 8 when JT made that one-handed catch, even though he didn't catch it for real. But that's when it took off, my recruiting and everything. But then like COVID hit, and I wasn't able to go to camps or nothing. Feel me?
I heard a lot of people.
Then I was working out the whole year. Yes. And then what's crazy was I got a few offers from Fresno State and stuff like that. So then I was finna commit to Fresno, but the night before, and I was talking to Schmidt, like he was recruiting me. So this was crazy. The night before, I was finna commit to Fresno. He gave me a call, and you know that rule where he granted an extra year eligibility and stuff like that. Well, I was talking to him, and I said, he called me. He said like, oh, we can't afford you. Like we got guys coming back. We don't got enough scholarships. So at that point, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to go to San Jose State, and I didn't want to go to Eastern. So then I just said, all right. But I was already talking to UW, and my friend Owen, he was committed at the time. I said, hey, can you talk to the coaches for me? Like, I'm trying to go here. So then I kept working out, and then they called me, He's saying like, oh, we're trying to decide whether you want to be a tight end or like an outside backer. I said, I don't care, bro. I committed on the spot. Like, I don't even care. I said, I'm trying to be a dog, bro. And then he said, like, okay, we got to wait a couple weeks because, like, grades and everything. I said, all right, bet. So then 2 weeks go by. They said I'm cleared. And then I just committed, bro, like the same day.
Damn.
And then that's when I'm here now.
Here.
You know?
Go Dogs.
Living the dream, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Crazy journey, bro.
Yes,
Like
sir.
crazy journey. I feel like you got one of the most powerful stories that I done ever heard, bro. Like you got a
Crazy,
real
bro.
powerful story, bro.
Crazy.
And
No
then
cap, no cap.
for you to be here like in this position, bro, like once again, bro, a blessing.
Blessing.
A blessing.
Yeah, so
Really,
this is why we got the podcast, like we're sharing our stories. Like we're trying to have people like know us more than just like the number and name on our back, the UW logo, you feel me? Like we're
Definitely.
just trying to be known as people as well. We're
What
humans
number
as well.
we all wear, so
Yes,
they
sir.
know, just in case.
Number 2.
14.
you can look out for Big 83 out there.
And then
You could look out for number 3.
Oh,
number
switch
number
guy.
change?
That's
Yeah,
why I
so-
want to do that, honestly.
Yes,
so I
sir.
can say
Millie,
that.
you wanna wrap it up?
yeah, so this was a great first episode. Like
Yes, sir.
standard, we look to continue doing this as well as like having like guest speakers and stuff like that. We could probably as well as like tweet on Twitter for fans to like come ask us questions for us to answer or ask the guests we could have at the week,
Yeah.
And like we look to be consistent with this. Like
Most definitely.
we're trying to touch on everything, every topic outside of just sports. Whether it was business, like mental health and all that stuff, because everything is important. Like we can't just be like one dimensional.
Yep.
So like, it's nice having y'all boys, man.
Appreciate you having us
Yeah,
on.
it's
man.
all love, man.
Peace, love, blessings,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
Yes,
They ain't
sir.
think we
First
get
of
it
many, baby.
Got our bosses in the team. We bust it down, don't need a degree. Tryna better